LXG podcast. Hi, guys.
Water.
Nah, man. There's no time for water no more. The energy got to be up. You told me that. You said, yo, be ready, man. Get some sleep.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Did you get that sleep, though?
Nah, I didn't.
I
did not get that sleep. But at the end of the day, I got energy.
All right. Yeah. So we here, man. We here for another one. This is another episode. We ready. And first things first, want to shout out the Most High. Give respects to the Most High for allowing us to create some good content for you guys. To give you what we got. Pause. You know what I mean? That's what we gonna do right now. This time around is gonna be another one. We ready to shine. We gonna stay ready so we don't gotta get ready. yo.
I know that was gonna get you, bro.
Yo, this guy is nuts. Damn, bro. Damn. Let's talk about Ice Spice getting smacked, yo. Let's get into that. Let's get into
Ice Spice. All right, so Ice Spice was in LA by herself. Well, not by herself. She was with her friend in McDonald's, and some girl approached her. And when she approached her, she was saying something. I don't know what she was saying to her, really. She got out of hand and slapped her, bro. And like we were saying, Ice Spice shouldn't have been there by herself. You know, she wasn't by herself, but she should have had security with her.
Yeah, you know, 100% she needs security especially when her friends are herbs. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you running with her. Ice Spice is probably out there buying you bags or buying you 3.5 bags of weed. Y'all not even gonna step up to the plate and help your girl. That's crazy. There's no way that she should have been throwing hands. You know what I mean? It's just like, and this is just for example, it's just like if Jay-Z and Mia's in the car and they stop the car, and there's 2 pounds of something in the trunk. Jay can't take that charge. I got to sit down and take that charge for him. You know what I'm saying?
Like the charge for Jay-Z. You couldn't take. You gonna take that charge for Jay-Z? You taking that charge?
Yo,
you?
I mean, listen. When I come home, I know first of all, I'm not even gonna stay long. It's my first charge. Second, when I come home. Hold
on. In this hypothetical, how much drugs is this again?
Like 2 pounds, 2 keys. You know,
2 pounds, 2 keys.
Yeah, something light.
You grab
something light. But I know that first of all, I'm not gonna have to do the whole sit down because it's my first offense. I mean, Hove did stuff back in the day, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get a lighter charge, and then when I come home, I'm gonna have a position up at the Rock or Live Nation, and I'm gonna be filthy rich. Like he's gonna take care of me for taking care of him. Pause.
You're gonna be like Emery. That's what you trying to say. You're like Emery.
Same thing, man. I didn't want to put that out there, but you know what I mean. Like same premise. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying. Like realistically, her homegirls, they pussy, man. Like they should have popped off ASAP Rocky. Like they should have did
Mad pussy.
Yeah, they should have definitely popped off as soon as it happened. And
well, it's one friend. It was a white girl though. I don't know. You know, I don't know who that could have been. Her assistant. We don't know who that was.
It don't matter. You know? It don't matter. Regardless, even if you scared, you never let them see your fears. Like when you get around a dog, you might be terrified of the 3 pit bulls with blood on their teeth, but you gotta act like you're not scared because they could sense. They could sense
become
that
a dog
fear.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I mean, they can sense that. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. I understand, but listen. Honestly speaking, no jokes. Something bad could have had happened. Like, you know, first and foremost, she went out there to go fight the girl, and this dude got in her face.
In the street, too.
Like, that dude is straight pussy. Pusey, and
Pusey.
Pusey. He's Pusey. That's our word. If y'all don't know, Pusey is what we call him. Anyways, yeah, he got in the face, wanted to fight her. Yo, any one of them could have had a hammer and it would have went down. So when I think about it, like what happened with PNB Rock out there in LA, you know, LA is no joke. You know what I'm saying? New York is no joke. LA's no joke, but LA's no joke. They took away so much artists out there died in LA. So it's like she gotta be from Big.
Sorry for cutting you. I was gonna say from Big, but go ahead. I want you to finish. You know what I mean, I don't want to cut you
I'm just saying, like, yo, she got to watch herself. She's a young girl. She's 26 now. No, she was born in 2000. I know when you're young, you think you're unstoppable, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to put hands on anybody. You got enough money to have security, you know, unless you fronting, but I don't think so.
That's what I was gonna say. You can't count anybody's pockets because you know this back in the days, you know, the money that we thought they had, they really didn't have. So this time around, with it being streaming and all that, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the money like that, then you shouldn't be outside like that either in certain neighborhoods.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You could be in Calabasas at the McDonald's if they have McDonald's in Calabasas, but don't be at the McDonald's in, you know, I don't know if she was in Compton, I don't know, but in LA, you shouldn't just be walking freely around LA just like that. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like facts.
That's a fact.
She could have had Whack 100 with her, somebody, Blueface, somebody, you know what I mean? Have somebody cook, you know what I mean?
For real, that's a fact. But I'm glad that she I heard that I heard her lawyer came out and said that
they telling.
Yeah, like they're gonna basically they're gonna go after the girl and they going after McDonald's for not having security.
Yeah, I mean, get that bag so you can hire security.
I think she tweeted something like, "This would have never happened if it was in Wendy's." I was like, "Now she playing around.
This would have never happened if you had the right security and you was thinking proactively and trying to do the right thing from jump." It is what it is. Thank God she's all right. But let's get to the next one. You threw this up in the doc. And,
so this is you just mentioned Live Nation. So Live Nation got found guilty of being a monopoly.
It's not just Live Nation though.
It's Live Nation Ticketmaster.
Yeah, Ticketmaster.
Yeah, Live Nation Ticketmaster. So basically, they're talking about breaking them up as a company. You know,
listen, I mean, that's all good and fine, but am I getting money back? That's all I want to know. Am I getting some cash back? I just copped these tickets for Hove concert. Am I getting a refund of some sort?
Nah, they don't care about you.
Yeah, so
you're the only one that's not gonna get a refund.
Yeah, so then if that's the case, yeah, and this is why I do what I does. You know what I mean? Like this is the reason, because they get over on me, and thank God, since Summer Jam in the 90s, I've been getting over on them. You know what I mean? Like he's straight cheese. I mean,
yeah, I got you, my fam. I got you.
I mean, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
At the end of the day, they're gonna break up Live Nation, Ticketmaster. So that means that in the future, tickets should be a little bit cheaper. But I remember like 2 weeks ago that, you know, I think Live Nation knew that the writing was on the wall because they said that they was gonna let other companies come in and use their platform and like give them a piece of the pie. But at the end of the day now, Live Nation is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be losing money. You know, that's just, I put that in there because
losing money. The amount of money that they raised from, they can't, oh, pardon my French, that they graped. They can't lose any money because they always going to be above. Always, no matter what. Even if they charge, just look at it like this. If they charge, and I'm saying this on the low end, if they charge a minimum of $1 per convenience fee or whatever on every single ticket they sell, right? And they selling 80, and let's say they just put in $1 extra for their part, that's $80,000 per concert that they made, and that's on the low end, because when you get the fees, the ticket may be $299, and then after fees and everything, it's like $356, $367. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the exact number, but it's something around there. So they definitely graping, just like when you see your phone bill, and you like, when I look at my phone bill, I be seeing taxes on there that I've never even heard of in my life.
I don't even pay attention to that no more. I
Because
just pay
you're
it.
rich. That's what rich people do. When
You know what I'm saying?
you're rich, you pay.
I just throw money at them. I make it rain in there. When I go inside AT&T, no, I'm not got AT. I got T-Mobile. When I go in T-Mobile,
yeah, you pay that Kit Kat tax. It says Kit Kat tax, and you just pay it. Just you don't care what it is, that you just pay it. That's it. But I mean, break them up. I agree that they should be broken up. Any company that wants to take advantage of the people that's supporting them, any company that knows what they're doing is wrong and continues to do wrong.
I remember there was something that came out, and they were laughing at people, saying how they're taking. They laughing at how much money they making and calling people idiots. You remember that came out?
Yeah. That was a month ago or something like that. It was very recent. Yeah. So we'll have the last laugh, and hopefully, I wish that we had.
I haven't heard that saying in a minute though, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that we had social media back in the days, because I would have loved to release that footage right now, man. I would love to release the Summer Jam footage.
You think if we had social media back there, we would have been like doing it for the clout?
No, did you hear what I said? I wish we had social media back then. So let me not even say social media. I wish that we had the recording abilities that we have now, because we would have had that in the box right now, and been able to bring it out now.
I think there is video. There's somebody who was with us, like, I think the first year, I think there was somebody that had a camera, bro.
Okay.
We just don't know, because we went deep. We went deep, so we don't even know. This guy here. Okay, pause to that. All right, moving on, bro. Moving on. All right, so I seen this topic floating around. Everybody's talking about it, because again, this week, well, not this week, I don't know if it's this month or whatever, there are no hip-hop artists in the top 10 on Billboard, right? So the conversation is, hip-hop is in a bad space, and everybody's correlating this to when the beef with Kendrick and Drake, and that since Drake fell back, there's no more good music out there. It's just a void. I mean, I do feel it. I do feel a void in the music industry. Do you feel so?
So look, I'm a creature of habit. I'm riding around in a truck. I'm playing Soul Tape. I'm playing Griselda. I'm playing When I See You. I'm playing these type of joints. So really and truly, I'm not really affected by I'm playing Hove. I've been really playing Blueprint lately, leading up to this concert. So, I mean, I always got stuff in the arsenal that I could go back to where it doesn't affect me.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
I know what you're saying, but what I think is this.
Because I'm always listening to the greatest stuff.
I don't think hip hop is dead. I think Drake is being real strategic with his music. I don't know what the next album is supposed to be. Iceman. I know he let a couple of people hear it. A couple of people critiqued it and said that it was trash. I think that he's being very strategic. Huh?
Who said that?
I've heard somebody said it was trash? With radio personalities that you actually listen to. Like Rosenberg.
Rosenberg heard it.
Rosenberg said that he heard a couple of tracks and he didn't like it.
But he's a hater though. He's a Kendrick fan. So
Okay.
it's like you know it's a bias opinion then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like he's building up the anticipation, and he's gonna drop it. And I believe whatever he drop is gonna be fuego.
But all right, I give you that. Everything you're saying is factual. But the hell's that? What you're saying is factual. But my thing is that since the battle, have you heard anything that's like groundbreaking, like not anything that you'd be like, wow, you know, like you knew that you want to play over and over. Like there is a feeling like, you know, like Drake was like instrumental in a lot of ways to a lot of music. He helped out a lot of people. Now that he's gone, like you said, he may be playing the long game, but at the end of the day, we don't have anything right now to say. Like, I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. There's a few artists that I look forward to when their album drops. Kanye is one of them. And I can honestly say, after listening to his album a good amount of times, I've listened to this album at least 6 or 7 times, if not more. At this point, I'm disappointed in the body of work. He got some tracks that are fire, but it's not an album that I could play straight through with no skips. And that's what I base my music on when I get an album. I base it on if I could listen to it straight through without having to skip and go to specific tracks that I like. This album is not one of those. This album, I definitely have skips in it. I definitely have favorites picked out of it, so I could just go to my favorites and just listen to the ones that I want to listen to. And I definitely catch myself when I'm in the car pressing next on a selection.
So do you think hip hop is in a bad space right now?
It's not dead, but it is in a bad space. Yes, I do agree with that.
I mean, but we've been here before too. I don't want to be too long winded on this because, back in the day, Nas put out an album called Hip Hop is Dead. And it was kind of like, hip hop wasn't dead, but it was like the South had it. And then at the time we were like, we were just like getting acclimated to the South. It wasn't even like where the South is now. So it's like at that time, I think it's probably just a cycle we're going through. I think we're going through a cycle, and the YNs and these they just haven't found their stride yet to give us something new. Because Drake came through in that era when people thought hip hop was dead. Remember, that's when Drake had showed up. Around that time.
There's no new artist that I look forward to.
Have you listened to
music? I mean, there is. I mean, no.
Have you listened to this dude, La Russell?
I've listened to him. Yes, I have. Yes,
for sure. To Rock Nation.
Yeah, I listened to him before he got signed. Yeah, and he got some good music too, but nothing.
What's his music like? Because I didn't listen to anything
mainstream. I want to say he's not like mainstream. It's dope. Don't get me wrong. His music is dope.
He's like a Doshi. He's like a Doshi. Is he like a Doshi, or is he like what? Like what's that dude with they used to wear the hat with the number on it? Chance the Rapper.
He's not like Chance. I would say more Doshi than Chance the Rapper, but I think he's in his own lane. I do like his music. I'm gonna say that, but it's not. Yeah, nah. I like it. I like his music. Stove God.
I like Stove God.
He just dropped a new joint.
Oh, he did?
With a guy from Queens named Cello. For
a whole project?
No. Actually, this is for Nigel. This is for Nigel Sylvester. Nigel Sylvester is dropping another pair of Jordan 4s that comes out in May. The Brick After Bricks, because the first one is called Brick by Brick. So he's dropping the Brick After Bricks, which is the white pair. and Stove God did a song called Brick After Brick for the sneakers.
Crazy. I made a beat called Brick by Brick.
The beat is made by Conductor.
Conductor is dope.
And it's a fire track, fire song. I actually have it on my playlist right now. Actually, they released it on Apple Music yesterday actually, and I downloaded it and been playing it. I heard it on the Joe and Jada podcast. Shout out to them. They had him on.
They had him on a while back.
Nah, they had him on this week.
Word? But they had him before.
They had him on this. Yeah, they had him on this week. He debuted the sneakers there. He gave them a pair, and he also debuted the song. And
no. I'm talking about Stove God they had on there, not Nigel. So Nigel was there.
Oh no, they had Nigel. Yeah, I seen when they had Stove God there a while ago.
They had Stove God. That's what I was talking about.
They had Nigel on there this week, and
okay.
Yeah. So shout out to Stove God. I'm waiting for his project. I heard his project ain't dropping. He ain't dropping it. Is due to like some type of logistics with the company, his management, something along those lines. There's like some discrepancies.
He's not under the Griselda.
Yeah, I think I don't want to get it wrong, but I think like he's signed to someone, and it's just some type of discrepancies. I did hear the story, but I don't want to give wrong information to the masses. But I just know that there's some differences right now, and that's the reason why his project hasn't come out as yet. But everything that he touches, fire. Everything that he releases, I like. His last project was dope, and shout out to Stove God, man.
He has that New York feel. He has that New York feel.
100%. When you hear Stove God, when you hear the beats that he's on, it's just right away you get that feeling. That's the truth. That's definitely the truth. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. What's up with this mayor, bro? This your mayor. That's your mayor, bro. Your mayor.
My mayor. My mayor.
Your mayor. Yeah.
Okay. Now he's my mayor. Wow.
That's your mayor, bro.
That's your mayor, bro. So Mayor Mandani, he's taxing the rich. That's what he's doing. He just put out a video recently, and I meant to have it queued up, but I'm not gonna be able to play that video. He had he's taxing the rich. So basically, in New York City, there are the real estate in New York City is like one of the best real estate place to have a residency. There are billionaires, millionaires that have homes in the city, but they are not living in their homes. They just have it as a tax write-off. They have like lavish apartments, and it costs in the millions, and nobody is living there. Yeah, just like where you at, exactly. But you live there. You're not like them. You live in your $3 million penthouse. But yeah, so for the other millionaires, other than Drift, other than Prince Hakeem, they basically get the homes and just leave it. And there's a crisis in New York where people can't have homes and stuff like that, and there's not enough apartments and stuff like that, and everything is priced high. Mandani went out there and taxed the rich. So the people who have homes that cost over $5 million, they're getting taxed. Just that one tax is going to bring in over $500 million a year. So I thought it was pretty dope, but I'm hearing that a lot of like billionaires and stuff like that is like not having it. What do you think about that? Do you think that is fair, or do you think that it's just some bull?
I don't even know if I believe that it's true. It might be just as true as him saying the buses is going to be free. You know what I mean? Like, who's there to actually look into to make sure that this what he's saying is actually fact and law? If it is true, do that and stop congestion pricing. You know what I mean? something has to balance the other. You taking money from every which way, and what are you doing? Like, how are you benefiting the people? Every day I get on a train, it's a homeless person sitting in a seat. It's a homeless person laying down on a seat. It's homeless people that's naked standing at the door. It's a homeless person that's taking over a whole entire car. There's dirty people inside the train stations. The cops is not there. It's nasty. It smells like piss. The trains is always late. Come on, man. Come on.
This is
do
New York.
something.
Everything you just said was New York.
Yeah, man. Like
Concrete
just fix something. Like, let us see that the money that you're retaining or getting back from all of these things that you say you're doing, or the money that we're paying for taxes, let us see some type of achievements or cleanups or something that could make us feel like, yo, you're using the money for the right things, and now we don't feel as bad as we normally would for paying these taxes or having to do these extra things where money's getting taken and used and we don't know where it's going to, because all I see is our tax money being taken away from us, my check getting taxed 40% every week, and Donald Trump taking the tax and making himself more of a billionaire and putting it into his own funds that he made himself this January. He made a brand new fund, and the fund is being funded by the American taxpayers. Like, how does that work, bro? Like, come on, like, at least, and that, first of all, I think tax is a scam. Tax is a scam. And the fact is that we as a people are so unorganized and dumb, and I have to use that word dumb, because if we're the leading force. If we all was to come together, not just black people, not just white people, I'm talking about all of us, bless me, but if we was to all come together and unite against one common goal pertaining to this tax situation or just any situation, but right now I'm gonna focus on tax, and find out that why are we paying taxes? For what?
I don't know. I don't know if this is the podcast for that, because like, I hear you.
No, but I mean, listen, I'm not going all the way in depth with it, but everything, huh?
Need to have somebody to come on the show that is very versed in that, and let us know where the taxes are going. I think that's something.
We know where it's going. It's going in Trump's pockets, fam. That's where it's going. You know what I mean? It comes out of my check and it goes in his bank account, and that's that. You know what I mean?
Right, as soon as you put it, it's connected to your bank account. All right, I got you, bro. Next thing up, because I don't want to stay on that too much, but I do think that we should have somebody up here who is well versed in paying taxes, is like financially astute.
So they could lie to us too?
No, because I'm gonna get somebody that we believe, that we respect.
Gotcha.
Like Jay-Z. Like, go ahead. What's the next one up? Speaking of Jay-Z.
Yeah, man. I don't like this right here. I'm going to keep it a buck. I really don't. Bobby Schmurda sat down. The streets glorify stuff like that. He took extra time for his boy. He sat down. He did that time. His boy did his time. They came home. And funny enough, they're not even boys no more.
They're not even talking like that.
You know what I mean? They're not even talking at all, like, from what I hear. Like, they're not even boys. So, like, you went, you did extra time. You stood up for, not being a rat, and you took extra time for your boy. You're not talking.
I always gotta bring up your favorite person.
You gonna talk about Vlad? Oh my God, this guy is fucking Vlad. What's up with Vlad, bro?
Nah, because Bobby Schmurda went on Vlad, and I was able to, get a lot of information. I mean, as much as you don't like Vlad, you still could get information. A broken clock is right twice a day. So this is what I'm going to say to you is, he was on there and he said why he's not speaking to Rowdy. And I kind of understand why he's not talking to Rowdy anymore. He said that when he got out of jail, Rowdy wanted to do the same stuff that got him into jail. And he was trying to be on another path, like invest his money in real estate and do shows and stuff like that. But Rowdy wants to be in the streets and still running with the people that didn't hold him down. You know, and all in all, you know, there's two sides to a story.
But if that is true, then that's a smart move by Bobby.
Yeah. So and the whole thing what you're gonna talk about. So I want to give away what the actual topic is that you're gonna talk about.
No, you can, bro. You can.
So what we had in here was Bobby Schmurda said that he would smack Jay-Z.
He said that he'll smack Jay-Z in the face, and that Jay-Z don't run shit at all.
Yeah. So he said that because he had an issue with Rock Nation. Period. He had an issue with, I forgot the woman that was up there. The one that they said was a snitch that had a Rock Nation. What's her name again?
The female. I know who you talk about.
Yeah. He had an issue with her. So he's basically not just saying this out of nowhere. Something happened why he is talking about Jay-Z like that. And that's like the same thing that goes with academics. Same thing goes in with Nicki Minaj. It's not just coming out the blue. They have these issues with Jay. So I just want to give you context
on... You say with Jay, you just said he have an issue with Rock Nation. I know that Jay is like... Rock Nation is Jay-Z's company. It is Jay's, but it's not directly Jay. You can have a company per se. You can own a company and something could go down with your company or the people in your company.
Right. I agree.
And it's not directly you per se. Okay, then. So that's where it gets messed up because everybody that have a problem with Rock Nation immediately points the finger and says, well, you're Jay-Z, the god of Rock Nation, and it's your fault directly. So then why when you was at Burger King and you got fired for stealing money out the register, you didn't go to the CEO of Burger King and be mad at him?
That made sense a little bit. Like, but it didn't like stick the landing. I see where you're going, bro. I see what you're trying to do. I understand. But I hear you. You know, the CEO of the company should not get blamed for what happened.
Yeah, no, and I did stick the landing. I mean, I get it. Yes, it was a little exaggerated with stealing money out of the register. I got you, but you get what I'm trying to say, man. I was at the end of the day, man. Like,
I got you. I know. Listen, you the one that had to repeat it. I got you though. I understand. But as far as Bobby Schmurda goes, realistic, he would know. Jay-Z is not Ice Spice. He's not gonna be out there with no security. He ain't getting nowhere near.
Even without security, like, let me tell you something, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just stop it. Stop it, Five, man. I mean, like, stop the cap. Real rap. If Jay pull up right now, you taking a picture with him, bro. Like, you cheesing and smiling in the picture. Hov go look at you and be like, yo, I got you. I'm gonna take care of it. And you taking a picture type shit. Like,
shout out to Bobby Schmurda. I like him. Brooklynite.
Oh yeah, I like Bobby. But since Bobby came home, he been nothing but happy. Every time you see that dude, he's always happy and he looks like he's enjoying life. This in no way, shape, and form is this trying to tear down Bobby, because Bobby's been doing the right thing since he came home. So shout out to him for real. But stop it when you're talking about Hov, because you already know Hov is Hov, and we gonna ride for Hov. You know, I just was talking about taking the charge for Hov, like, at the end of the day. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
this guy is taking invisible charges for Hov right now.
Invisible charges is crazy. Invisible charges is crazy.
Invisible charges.
Yo.
What's the next one up, bro? Go ahead.
Cardi. And this is good because something just happened with her. But I was just touching on and this is just a little bit, but Cardi been in every single place that she's been going, she's been bringing out the artists from that place. Like, for instance, when she went to Philly, she brought out Meek Mill. You know what I mean? When she was out here in New York, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I swear she brought out I think it was Jada, huh?
I thought she brought out Remy also.
Remy, and I think, and she brought out Little Kim. She
Yeah,
brought out Little Kim for sure. I don't know if she brought out Jadakiss. For some reason, I thought she brought out Jadakiss, but maybe that's somebody else. But she brought out Vibes Cartel in Florida.
yeah, I saw that.
That was a big deal. And then she's in Atlanta. She did Atlanta last night, and she brought out Ti. She brought out Mariah the Scientist, and she brought out Jeezy. Yeah, yeah, it was a dope show. I didn't attend. I just saw this online. But she's had 2 sold out nights. That was yesterday and today. And apparently today, I don't know, because it should be going on now if it is, but she said she wasn't going to be doing a concert because she said, like, as far as the employees at the, it's not a stadium that she's doing it at, right? I think this is an arena. So like the employees at the arena or the management there was being very disrespectful to her and to her people. She didn't specify which people, but she said they was being very rude, very disrespectful, and that she was not doing it the show tonight, even though it's sold out. She then went on Clubhouse and elaborated more and was like, I guess kind of,
It might have been. It could be. It could be. It could be Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces. I think it might have been Twitter Spaces because I don't think she go on Clubhouse.
oh well, whatever, one of them. But she went on there and she was saying that she wouldn't be performing unless they apologize, and that was the last thing that I heard pertaining to this story. That she was actually, I guess she went from I'm not performing at all to I'm not performing until I get an apology. And I don't know, probably when I go on social media to see if I'm gonna see her and see who she brought out tonight, or I'm not gonna see nothing, and her fans is gonna be tight. Well, I'm gonna see something because her fans will be pissed off, or you're gonna see her performing and bringing out people. But
What state was that again? She was in
Atlanta. She's in Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm just throwing that out there to say that I think what she's doing is dope. I think by her bringing out every artist that is from the places that she's doing her tour at is a dope thing to do, showing love to everybody. And it is actually something that should be done just to pay homage to those artists when you're in their city. That's a good way to let them know that you appreciate them and give their city an opportunity to see, like, listen, I'm not just coming here and invading and doing my own thing. I want to give props to the people that's from here as well.
Yeah, it is dope. Cardi's I really like Cardi. She at first, I remember when she was on social media before she even was on Love and Hip Hop, she was like, she was ratchet. I did follow her though. I remember she lost her page mad early, and then she had to get her Instagram back, and then she came back, and then I like Cardi, man. I like her personality more than anything. I'm not like she got bars, but I like her energy.
You would go to a Cardi concert?
I probably would because I like Cardi B. I do. She's of this era, bro.
She's of this era, and she's from New York. She's real New York. She's real 100% New York. That's a fact. And not for nothing, shout out to DJ Self. Self is my boy. I haven't seen him in a while, but I know Self in real life, real spill. I could say he fumbled that, man, because he didn't believe in her, man. He had her first.
I think that was a storyline on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, you think, but yeah, he fumbled that, boy. And I mean, even if it was a storyline on Love and Hip Hop, it was a real storyline. Like, if you watch it, I used to watch it, and it happened. Like, he didn't believe in her at that time, at that point. And if he would have, like, imagine, I mean, things may not, everything happens for a reason. So she might not even be where she is now if she would have stayed there then. What I'm saying is that I know he got to be looking, and I mean everything happens for a reason. He probably not crying over spilled milk because he's doing good, and shout out to him on that. But he could have did a lot of things and opened a lot of doors and had some opportunities if he would have worked with her. But shout out to both of them. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. Hopefully, there's no bad blood between them, and they both can continue to succeed and keep it pushing.
Okay. Next up on it, you put this one there.
Yeah, like Young Thug, bro. Has he fallen off? I mean, I know you wasn't the biggest Young Thug fan, but he had some music that had some bops to it. Like even though, he had his little, him dressing in dresses and stuff like that, he had some joints that once it rang off in the club went bananas. Like, I mean, you may not have understood everything he was saying, but he was one of them artists from Atlanta that really was on fire. And it seems like since he came home, and he's not messing with Gunna no more like that, Gunna seems to have taken off and like just went skyrocketed when he came home. Like no matter about the rat allegations and all that other foolishness, like he came home and he just took off, like skyrocket out of here, like a home run. And it's like since Thug came home, it's like he hasn't been able to find his niche. He hasn't been able to continue where he left off. And then like I don't know what he's doing now, but with the whole him putting like mad colorful stuff in his dreads, like reminiscent to Nine the other day. Like I don't know if it's like him trying to reinvent himself or nothing, but like it's kind of crazy because like I said, this dude was on fire before he got locked. And for him to come home and still not have nothing like that is kind of crazy.
I mean, this is something that I always say to people. I'm not saying it directly to you, just in general. When you see an artist, you're not just looking at an artist. You're looking at the brand. You're looking at the people behind them. You're looking at like the management, the label. I think that when he went inside, he basically, when he came out, he doesn't have the same management. He doesn't have the same label. He was on 300, if I'm not mistaken. 300 got dismantled. Yeah, like I think that they either sold it or something like that. Leo Cohen is not there now. Leo Cohen is at YouTube. Kevin Liles was at 300. I don't know what Kevin Liles is doing anymore. But even when he was when he was inside, I remember Kevin Liles going up to the Breakfast Club trying to like say that he was he's gonna get out, da 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 da. And I think Kevin Liles got jammed up when pertaining to Young Thugs in some way, some fashion. So I don't know. Maybe his bridges has been burnt behind the scenes, and he doesn't have the same representation, but Gunna does. So it's a lot of times when you don't see artists doing the same thing that they usually do, and they don't have the same light, it's because something happened behind the scenes. I.e., look at Kanye West. Like Kanye West is the greatest artist, However, but you still see that he's not in the certain spaces that he used to be because of what he did. You know what I'm saying? I believe Young Thug himself might not have the same management, might not have the same backing from a label. There is something there, but also on top of that, he might, like you said, he didn't find his niche yet. He didn't get back. I saw him in a video with Neon, the streamer, this week doing some stupidness, and I was like, well, but everybody's going on these streamers. I can't knock it. Shout out to Bob Popo, who was one of the first streamers on Yahoo Live back in the day. And he was doing this way before all of these people are doing it. Right. So I can't knock the streamer thing, but I just don't see the correlation with Young Thug and Neon. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't even mess with Young Thug like that. I don't listen to his music like that, but still, all in all, it just doesn't.
Trying to get a new fan base, man. That's what it is. You got to go, you got to go over to somebody else where their fans may not be listening to you, and then try to have them adapt your music so that you could build a more diverse fan base. So I kind of get what he's trying to do. Will it work? Only time will tell.
Because like a lot of these artists that stream, that's like the academics, that's Neon, that's DDG, that's what's that what's his name,
Kai Cenat,
and Speed. All of these people, they basically they're cornering the market with the streaming. It's a new medium that we didn't have when we were coming up like that until like a little later on, and it wasn't as refined as it is now. In this era that we are now, there are different lanes that these artists have to take to be seen, because they're going to streamers and not going to the radio, because to them streaming is like more of a outlet to get to the people than it is going on the radio. At the end of the day, at the end of the gay, I said that.
Yo, this guy. At the end of the gay is crazy, bro.
At the end of the gay. This is a different era, and you got to get with the different trends and stuff like that. And I think that's why he did that. Moving on, at the end of the gay.
So this is the last but not least on the docket, but thought this was interesting. There was two police officers. They was dating each other. They was romantically involved. The guy being Carlos Baker, and the female, her name was Crystal Rivera.
Oh, I seen that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they had broke up, and apparently he couldn't handle the breakup. They were chasing somebody to arrest him, and during this, like, it was something where he was running out the apartment, and he fired in back of him, and he ended up shooting her in the back.
Oh no, I'm thinking about something else. I don't know the story.
Yeah, he ended up shooting the female, his partner that he was romantically involved with, in the back, and she died. The video just came out. So this happened last year in 2025, but the video just came out now, and now the family is saying everything is not matching up. Like, it actually looks like he murdered her, like he meant to kill her, because he couldn't handle the breakup. So it was like friendly fire, but she died from the gunshot that she got shot with. So that right there, I just thought that was crazy. Like, that whole story, you wouldn't believe it unless like you actually heard it from a reliable source, and the source being the actual precinct and the news from out there. This was in Chicago. These were two Chicago police officers that got romantically involved. So I think that's one of the things when you are a cop, like, you're not supposed to, like, that's not, I don't know how true that is, but I guess we should have asked Bishop a question like that. But like, I don't know if it's true. If, like, let's say you a cop and you a guy, and then you get a female cop and she's bad, she shouldn't be, I don't think that you're allowed to like date each other or whatever, because you could be having sex like during your lunch break in the car or something like that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what happened? Yo, you a wild boy, man.
Yeah, the way you said it, because you could be having sex on your lunch break in your car. You're funny, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, so yes, RIP to that young lady, and that was just a wild story. So I just wanted to.
The video was actually online with him shooting backwards.
Yeah, actually, yeah. The video's online of him shooting, and it's like the body cam footage. It's the body cam footage.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, R.I.P. for real.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's about time for that fashion statement. Not too much stuff this week, but let's get into it, brother.
Yeah. This is the fashion statement. Where drip, and style collide. Right here with Prince Hakeem. Right here on the LXG podcast.
Central C has a pair of Air Force Ones that dropped this weekend. Fully patent leather, burgundy color. They mid to me. First of all, I'm not an Air Force One guy, so I personally wouldn't be going for these, but I know a lot of people are trying to get into the Air Force One. The Air Force Ones have been dropping a lot lately. Uptowns, what we call them out here. I know they call them G-Fazos or something like that, like in Chicago or something like that. I never heard of that in my life, but that's what they call them. But that's one of the things that dropped this weekend. And I don't know how attainable those were to get. I don't know if it was easy or a hard drop, because like I said, I didn't even try. But alongside that, the Jordan 11 lows, the UNCs dropped, which are still sitting on these apps. Like I said, it is really crazy that how in this day and age, unless a release is attached to a collaboration or an artist or something of that, you can easily attain sneakers now. So anybody that wanted to get these patent leathers back in the day, they would have sold out same day, same hour. Now they're sitting on the shelves, they're sitting inside the sneakers app. Sometimes they're going for lower than retail on these reselling sites. If you really wanted those, I'm glad that you got them, because I'm sure you got them. They wasn't hard to get. I mean, I can go online right now and buy a pair. And last but not least, there was a female. She went to the Nike store out here in the city, and she saw the Jordan 11s, and these were the rear ear ones. And instead of saying Jordan up along the lace line, it said Jor DNA. And she started making jokes about like, they selling fakes inside of the Nike store, and to the point where she showed the workers, and the workers were taking pictures and laughing at it. And then people started telling her, because that was a clown that, like, everybody that's a sneakerhead know, like when the company makes a mistake like that, that's worth money. That's worth money. Like, you could get a bag for that, because that's a factory defect that nobody else has. So people will hold that to a higher standard. That's like when they made the swoosh upside down instead of right side up back in the days, and those sneakers sold for buku money. You know what I mean? So she made jokes, and then people started getting at her in her comments like, yo, you just fumbled the bag, this, that, and third. But by then she went back and tried to buy it, and they refused to sell it to her. So she basically shot herself in the foot, because she thought she was gonna get some clout by calling out Nike and saying they selling fakes, when it came from Nike and she was in Nike. It's not like she was in Flight Club and somebody sold it to them and they got caught. She was in the Nike store, and it was in the Nike store on the shelf for her to buy. Instead of just keeping her mouth shut and buying it, like most of these social network whores, and I don't mean whores in the sense of she's selling herself for money. I'm talking about she's whoring the social media. Like, she can't shut her mouth and just do what it do. Everything has to be social this, social that.
When you said whore, that was so harsh. You said whore. Yo.
So yeah, that's the fashion statement, man. That's crazy,
but
man.
for that shoe, how much you think she could have made?
If I had
Your
to
opinion.
guess, I would say personally, I'm saying with a defect like that, I don't even know how the defects go, but I'm saying I'm thinking at least, and this is just me basing it off of what I've seen with other defective sneakers like that. I'd say like a minimum of like 5K, a minimum of 5K for a $200 sneaker. And it could have went up if she held it for a longer period of time as well, because that right there is going to be a one of one, and it's still fire because it said instead of Jordan, it says Jor DNA, like Jordan's
So it's kind of
DNA,
fire.
like that's kind of fire. Yeah, they may end up making a Jor DNA later on because that's what they did when they did the defect with the swoosh. They end up making a pair later, years later, with an upside down swoosh purposely. So they may end up doing it later on.
Nah, that's a fact. And if had she known, she's just gonna, she would have been up. But yeah, sometimes you gotta know what you don't know. Straight up.
That's right. That's right.
This week I don't have a tech report. Like last week, I'll try. Like you mentioned something to me earlier. You're right. I'm gonna try to take the angle that you said. Pause. And we're gonna move forward that way. Yo, this is the end of the show, man. I mean, I feel like we just do this like nothing. Like it's just water. It's just flowing. You know what I'm saying? We just on here, just potting it up now. You know what I'm saying? We one of those dudes now. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I mean, listen, God is good. God is great. Just want to say like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We still got some stuff in the works. The summer's coming up. Along with the pod, we're going to have a lot of special things and good things for you guys just to look forward to. Hope you have a great rest of your week. And this is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yo, you love this, man. I always say that. It's like when you do it, it just makes me feel like and then he holds it like Zoolander. Look at this guy over here. He's like holding it shit like this. Yo, this is what you want to do? This is how we live life now?
That's it. Peace.
Peace. I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to wait for the minutes to go down a little bit more, bro. Because I wanted to, hold it. Now you're going to make it fade away. Yo. I love the people, man. All right, bro.